Hey there, welcome to Fabulous Feature Friday. It's another exciting edition. It's a gorgeous day here in Southern California. Hopefully it is where you are as well. I'm Susan Bach and I welcome you to Fabulous Feature Friday, where we feature one of our members of my Facebook group, Loving Your Life, Your Business, and Yourself. Feature one member each week, and this week our guest is Sharon Nix. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Susan.
Welcome. It's great to have you with us today. I'd like to read the introduction that Sharon's provided because she has captured it so well, and I want to make sure that I get it just exactly right. Sharon is a live event planning strategist that teaches speakers, experts, and entrepreneurs how to plan and fill their first or next live events so they can focus on their genius zone and do what they do best. She has been in the event planning industry for over 25 years and has learned many of the secrets of 6- and 7-figure earners to fill and plan your events that creates raving fans, don't we all want raving fans, and provides a value-packed experience. Sharon has earned a master's in business administration, specializing in marketing and event planning, and considers herself a lifelong learner, just like me. She's passionate and committed to working with her clients to achieve the confidence and peace of mind so they can focus on building their business with live events. That's awesome. Welcome, Sharon. It's just great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Susan, and it's great to be here.
Excellent. So I'm just going to jump right in because you have some just really juicy questions, and I want to get to all of them, make sure we have time. So how did you get started in live events?
Well, I started off in an international corporation working just for this company, and they just kind of threw me in. Oh, would you like to plan an event? Sure. So I got my taste, and then when I left that company, I went on to a smaller one, and I was supposed to be working. I actually got hired as some particular job, and my first day on the job, they said, "Oh, guess what? You're doing events." Oh, okay. And I didn't know how to do them except for that one taste of it. And I ended up doing 1 to 2 a month, traveled all over the place. I learned so much. I loved it. What more could a single girl ask for?
That's terrific. Sounds like you learned this out of necessity, and then you found out that you really loved it.
Yes, I did. And it was fun just to meet all the different people, all the different tactics you needed to do. I would just kind of learn from other people. I'd be at an event, and then I'd go ask my, a neighboring event person, well, how did you get that? How did you do this? So I learned basically on the job.
That's the best way to learn, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So when you were ready to start your own business, why did you decide to stay with event planning? Was it a passion, or was it a conscious decision that you knew you wanted to do this the rest of your life?
Actually, it's a little bit of both because I'm passionate about events, the details. I love doing them. I don't know what it is. I think they're a lot of fun. And when I decided to start my own business, I said, you know what? Why don't I just try doing events? I actually tried doing something else and realized I wasn't getting anywhere. And I said, you know what? All my background is event planning. I am just going to focus on that. And things have been going very well with that, and I'm really enjoying it.
Excellent. That's just a perfect testament to what I came to believe is that when we are in our uniqueness, when we monetize what we do easily and effortlessly that we love to do, it seems a lot less like work and a lot more fun, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Great. Good. The next question, what is your top tip to share with people who might not have done an event before? What's one way to get started?
Well, what I would suggest to people is to go to other people's events, attend different events. So attend events that are large, like 300 plus people, a medium size, maybe 50 to 60 to 100, small ones, 10 people. Attend all different kinds of events, do workshops, seminars, conferences, little local networking, and notice what's going on in the room. Notice how the speaker is presenting. Are they doing a PowerPoint? Are they doing a flip chart? Are they doing something else? Where's the registration table? How are the tables set up? The decor, the food, the AV. Just notice every little thing about it. And you kind of have to look at it from a standpoint of you possibly hosting an event. So you might want to take notes saying, oh, well, they did this and they did this and so on and so forth. Notice the energy in the room. Did you like the feeling? How did the audience like it? And when you attend all the different events that you do, make notes on each one. And then when you get back, you can compare what did you like best about this one and what you liked about that one. And you can take all the best features that resonate with you and have an idea of what you might want. At least there's a picture in your mind when you're ready to do an event. You know the kinds of things you would like. And the hard part about doing that is you're at an event to learn and have fun, and sometimes you might forget to take those notes. You have to do it consciously.
So we have to, when we're attending these events, we need to wear both hats, the hats of the lifelong learner for the industry and the profession that we're in, as well as the learning hat of the observer of how the event is taking place.
Yes. And but once you get the hang of it for the first one, and you make it, you either set a little alarm or something for yourself to remember to do this, or take pictures. That might be even easier. And then you can look back at your photos.
That's a great suggestion. So what I'm hearing, your number one top tip then is to be very mindful of what you like and don't like as you attend events being sponsored by other people.
Correct. Not just what you like and don't like, but what works and what doesn't. You might not like something, but if it works, you still should probably look at doing it. It depends on, what it is.
That's a really nice way of saying that sometimes we have to do what we don't want to do to get the results that we want.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
All right, so the next question that you've offered to help us with is, what are some ways that a first-time event host, like coaches or small business owners, what are they doing? Are they sabotaging their ability to fill events?
Yeah, there are some people that are doing it. They're creating their programs. They want to have an event, and then all of a sudden they're saying, oh, this is harder than I thought. Or they're trying to make it difficult. Or they're saying they're putting as much complexity into it as they can, because somewhere in the back of their mind, they think the harder it is, the more you do, the better it will be. But really, if you take all of that out and make it simple, then it is much easier to do. Other ways is they are trying to, they don't hire an event manager. That is something that would be really beneficial. Now, for a first-time event person, a host, with their first event, if they're only having a small event, you probably could do without an event manager. But as it gets larger and larger, or if you just say, all right, I'm ready to do it and I want 100 people, I would suggest starting with the smaller ones. But let's say you have such a good following and you're going to have a lot of people attend, you're better off hiring an event manager. You'll make more money that way. Why I mean that is you end up not using up all your time trying to do all of the planning pieces.
Right.
And they can help you become successful, teach you some things on filling, and you can work with them.
So what I'm hearing from you is that the event planner is the magician behind the scenes that makes it just go off flawlessly.
Correct. Now they don't. Sometimes you just only need to hire a coach to help you, event manager to run the whole thing. But sometimes it's just at the level you're just not quite ready to hire someone. But if you have a coach to walk you through every step, that is very helpful. And they can walk you through all the steps as you're planning it. And then once you're at the event, you can actually get uh, more from them by if they also attend and help out.
So the things then that we do to sabotage our success is thinking that we have to do it all ourselves, trying to be all things to the event. And second of all is trying to create something that we're not really sure then of what we want it to look like.
Yes, right. So it's really it's very beneficial to get help when you really are not ready, if this isn't your genius zone.
I can obviously I've put on a number of events over the years, and I can say that it absolutely is not my genius zone. The first one I did, I thought, oh, this is easy. I can do this. I created all sorts of events when I was in corporate America. No problem. Well, was I in for a big surprise? It's very, very different when you don't have an infrastructure of staff and support people to help bring it all together. So I am a big proponent of event planners and utilizing your expertise, because then it keeps me in my genius, as you said, and it puts us really in the spotlight of what we do well instead of the spotlight of what we don't do well.
Right. Yes.
Good. Next question. What are the challenges and some of the great payoffs to hosting a live event?
Well, one of the challenges is getting the right audience, filling the event with the right audience, because your challenge is, let's say you have an audience there. If they're not the right ones, it's difficult to actually make it successful, because they could be, I'm going to use a drastic example. Your audience, you could be a dating coach and your audience is there for nutrition. It's like, that's not what they want. That's quite drastic. But if that's who you've been promoting to, it isn't going to work. But if you're dating relationships and you're trying to get people to come, the challenge is getting those people that need your services, the dating services or the relationship coaches, coaching, to come to your events. So the challenge is, once you get them there, you can provide so much good information, valuable information to them. You'll have a wider reach by having many more people there. It goes beyond your one-on-one clients, and it goes beyond your little group coaching programs. So the payoff is that you become more of an influencer. You build your authority, your credibility, and then in the end, your profitability.
That's excellent. And so true in all aspects of our marketing, is that we truly need to know who our ideal client is, or our target audience. We need to know them, both the demographics, but also the psychographics. And I think you alluded to this earlier with the personality and what are their attitudes and beliefs around this, and are they open and receptive to learning? As you mentioned, you're a lifelong learner. Seeing some, for me, being on stage and seeing someone sitting in the audience with their arms crossed, legs crossed, knowing that they're not receiving something, that's my assumption. That's not the audience then that I want to be looking out at, because then that influences the message that I can deliver on stage. So knowing your audience and delivering not only what they want, but also what they need, is the opportunity then that you have in a live event, right? To see you perform, literally. Because that's what we are doing, isn't it? Is performing?
Yes, it is. And you want to have have the best influence and impact that you can when you're there. And so you want the right audience.
And as an event planner, do you help us get the right audience?
Yes, I teach. That's one of the steps in the programs that I am offering, is teaching you how to get the target audience, your specific audience that resonates with you.
Great. That sounds like a pretty important step. Okay, this is just great stuff. Next question. What is one tip you can give us to fill our event?
Well, goes back to that question on finding the specific audience, the right one. So the tip is to be where they hang out. Go hang out where your audience hangs out. And if you're not sure where your audience hangs out, start trying different places. If you use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, hang out at the places where you think they are. Start making posts and comments, and you'll know if people are commenting back, if they're the right ones. Sometimes it takes a few tries in different groups, and you might not even know of certain places, and you'll eventually learn, oh, we'll try this and try that. It could take a few months, it could take just a few weeks. But hang out where they are, even if it's local. Go to their coffee shop to hang out. That's how you'll get to fill your events. That's the first step in getting them to know who you are, build that know, like, trust factor. And then when they start seeing more and more information from you, they will say, I know her, and I know someone that could use her services or his services.
Right.
And it just builds up from there. But that's one of the first steps, is get to know who your target audience is. And even, beyond the actual posting and emails, set up phone calls and get to know them personally.
Would you recommend starting out maybe with meetups, so that it's a small local group, and do like focus groups even to see if they would have an interest in a larger event?
Yeah, that is one of the avenues that you can do, especially if you're really very new to it, and maybe even new to whether you think your product or program is a viable one. Yes, do some local meetups. There are many that you can find out. You can just kind of go online and look up meetups in your area and start checking them out. You can attend them and say, to see if that one's actually a good meetup for you to visit. And then you start creating your own. It's like, oh, I'm going to have a meetup. As soon as you find out all the information of whether people want to learn more about your program, then you create your own meetup.
So you can start attending meetups being hosted by other people with the same mindset as you mentioned, going to events, is going in to see how they're doing it, what's working for the attendees, what isn't, what feels right to you, and what doesn't.
Right, and also to see if your audience is there.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you for that. I'll definitely act on that one.
You're welcome.
I love this next question. If someone could read your mind, what is one thing every event host should know to have the best partnership with their event manager?
They should let the event manager handle all the details. And I've experienced many people who just don't let go of everything, and you feel like you need to get into their head. It's like, I need to read your mind because you're forgetting to tell me things. And it's, let them handle it, because if your name is out there, you're on the signage, you're on the flyers, you're on the books, you're on whatever it is. If the venue has your name, oh, I'm going to go contact the host because I have their name. I don't have it here that I should contact the event manager. So all of a sudden, oh, we have an issue with electricity, or we have an issue with this, and we have, something, the food isn't right, or they keep going to you. And then before you know it, you have all these things in your head, and now you have to get up and present. How are you going to do that when you're wondering about the food? So
Right.
in order to keep you as a host calm and cool and collected, you have the event manager handle all of that so that your presentation can go off without a hitch.
It sounds like it's important for us to stay out of our own way.
Yeah.
You said it much more politely than I did, but
Yeah.
one of the biggest challenges that I have with live events, Sharon, and perhaps you can speak to this, is it always seems like there are AV issues of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
be it with the microphone or the projector or it's always something. Is there a suggestion or a tip that you can give us about that?
Well, always have a backup plan. Now, there is the possibility that the AV will go out. I was at one event, uh, managing the event, and the AV went out, but the tech person was right there. And what happens is the person speaking, they had kind of like a flashlight to focus on them because the room was dark. Nobody really wanted to turn it on because their PowerPoint wasn't showing, but the room was still dark. So they just lit up and kept on talking. But if sometimes the technology isn't there, so you probably would, like, if you're doing a PowerPoint, have a backup with the flip chart, have just in case. And if, so that you're not thrown off and you say, all right, that's not working. Let's turn on the lights. Let's go with this. And those things do happen, but many times if you have an AV person, depending on your venue, there to help with these glitches, that helps you get through it.
So it sounds like part of what you do for us as our event manager is anticipate what could go wrong and then have a backup plan in place so that it doesn't throw us off if in fact we need to disengage from what it was so that we can continue.
Correct. Yes.
Good.
There's also, I could throw this other one in if you want.
Please.
But it's not to do with AV. There's always what could go wrong goes wrong, like Murphy's Law, that you can't anticipate. But if those things happen, you just have to learn how to go with the flow rather than panic because people understand. I had an instance about that. Actually, it happened to me. It was on a Friday. All the information for it was a conference that I was putting on with someone. Actually, I was the event manager for it, and it was on a Monday. Everything was in the car, and lo and behold, the car caught on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody was hurt. But everything, all the handouts, everything were gone. It was like, all right, you can't get replacements over a weekend because this is on from Friday to Monday. Nobody is going to go to work. And I had a lot of vendor information in there as well. And all I did is just say, all right, this happened. They all understood. They brought more materials with them. We just got there early and paperclip things because all the binders were gone too.
Wow.
That's
what I've not heard of before.
Like I said, you never know what could go wrong.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, it is. But people are understanding. They understand and they go with the flow.
And they probably pick up the energy and the tension from the speaker too, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So flexibility is the key there.
Yes.
Good. That's a good one. Okay, last question. I can't believe how fast this has gone. What's the most important thing you would like to share with us that I need to know as a planning an event?
It's to have fun. Relax and have fun. That is it. Just take a deep breath. Don't stress about things. Say, I've got this, and have fun.
permission to have fun. As you said, take a deep breath and just have fun. That's great advice, not only for putting on events, but I would say for an approach to life, right?
Yes, yes,
That's
definitely.
very cool. Sharon, or excuse me, Yvonne, do you have a question for us? You've put on a few events in your time.
I have. I have. And the unexpected is always the thing that gets you going.
I would imagine it does. It gets the adrenaline going anyway, right?
Yeah.
Good. Well, this has been very informative. I do appreciate your time, Sharon. I've taken some notes here because you've shared some great information. You have a special offer for the members of the Loving Your Life and Your Business Facebook group. So please share with us what that offer is.
What I'm offering is a free event planning strategy session, and we will go over different ways to help you get started with planning your event. And it's just probably about 30 minutes of your time. And I'd love to set up some time to talk with you people.
Good. And can you please give us the address of how people would get in touch with you?
But right now, I'm having people go through my email. So send me an email at planeventswithease@gmail.com. Or you can send me a private message in Facebook.
Yes, you can use the Facebook group and reach Sharon that way by sending her a private message. We'll also post her email address when I upload the video. So if you didn't capture it, you'll be able just to use the link. Any parting comments that you'd like to share with us, Sharon?
No, I just said I think that events are a great way to leverage your business and become more successful than you are. And I wish everybody luck with what they do go out with, and would love to help whoever would like help with.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today and for sharing your uniqueness with us so that we can actually spend more time in our uniqueness. That's terrific. So thank you. I'll sign off for this week. Thank you so much for being a member of our Facebook group and for joining us today, and have an awesome weekend.
Thank you so much, Susan, and have a great weekend yourself.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.